Hi friends, so today we are at Nattaram, and this is a place where Devasagayam Pillai, a saint, a Catholic saint, who was tortured and still who never gave up his faith. So today we are going to learn about his story as we are at his house where he lived. So we are going to show you the place where he lived and I'm going to tell you a bit about his story. Come on, follow us. So this is actually Devasagayam Pillai, how he looks like, and there is a statue of him. So this was his house where he lived, and that we'll get to know from some of his story, which is lined on the wall, which you can read. So this is the security, Mr. Security in charge here. Sir, your name, sir? Tangaraj. Mr. Tangaraj is the security person here. And so today here we start with the story. So he was born in a traditional Hindu family. That's what it says. Very traditional Brahmin family. And so young and bouncing, you can see this picture of Neelakanda Pillai. He's interested in folk martial arts and got involved in Kalari, which is, Kalari is a art of fight which is taught especially in Kerala. Devasaga Pillai worked for the Maharaja of the Martanda Varma, the king of Travancore, so who worked there as his person in charge of state affairs, that is somebody in the royal army. So he served as a personnel of royal army. So that's how he has he has this big house which was given to him. So friends, here we are at the picture where it shows Neelakanda Pillai when he got married to Bhargavi Amma, and he had a very happy family. This is a very beautiful picture which is drawn, and so these are all pictures sponsored by one or the other person. It says it is sponsored by Father Celestine Gerald. So yeah, let's go to the next. So here you can see a picture where it says Neelakanda Pillai meets a Dutch officer, the Dutch army man in 1741. So he meets a person called D. Lenoy, and so this D. Lenoy teaches him about the Christian faith, and then they get acquainted. They become good friends, and that's how Neelakanda Pillai meets the Christian faith, and his faith increases to become a Catholic. Friends, we are at a beautiful picture of Neelakanta Pillai, Neelakanda Pillai getting baptized, and in the year on a Friday, May 14th in on 1745. So this is a picture where it shows Father Moutari Giovanni, a Society of Jesus, a Jesuit priest, baptizes him, and he receives baptism, and his name is changed to Devasagayam. Devasagayam is actually a helper of God. So he receives this new name for himself. So you can see the beautiful picture portrayed. So friends, here is a small museum that you can see of all the things which was used in his house. These are all household items of Devasagayam Pillai, and you can see this probably seems like a cupboard which he was using it. So this is an musical instrument which was used like a drums at that time in the 17th, 16th century. So this is one of the jars which they used to keep their food items. you can see here a little further when you look at this item particularly. These were the lamps which were used, kerosene lamps basically, because in those times they did not have any kind of electricity. So these were the lamps which were used. This probably goes back to 15th, 16th century. So well guys, we are now seeing some very interesting items which probably goes way back to 500, 600 years when they were using these things. So you can see certain items here which you see on the first front row is basically used for as incense holders or to make incense in the house. So here probably it looks like a genie's pot there, but it's actually for the incense which is used. So you can also see on the top places that there is a stick which usually it could be a walking stick of Devasagayam Pillai or any of his household members, and there is also sandals which was used by Devasagayam Pillai. So as you know that Devasagam Pillai was very much keen, interested in martial arts. Something very interesting, you know, in that time of era, we did not have books, nor a very good Parker pen or something like that. But here we have these are the leaves which is probably made up of wood or barks of the trees, and where they used to write or note whatever they wanted to convey. So this is how they stored their knowledge and how it was transferred from generation to generation. You can see these are the original um, and right beside that you can see a pen. That's also a pen which was used at time. Here comes the sad part, that you can see the pictures are portrait behind me. This is actually to show how Devasagam Pillai was tortured for becoming a Christian, and how he endured that suffering without giving up his faith. Behind me you can see a picture where Devasagam Pillai was made to sit on a buffalo, tied to him and beaten and taken on a procession to ridicule him, to insult him, but he always stayed strong in faith. We are going to see much worse things that happened to him later stages. So here behind me you can see, which is portrayed one of the miracles which happened in his lifetime. So one of them is he was also thrown into the place where with snakes around him. A lot of poisonous snakes were left, and it is said that none of the snakes bit him. They just stayed around him and in complete peace and all. So there's a beautiful picture, portrayal of this picture. See also much worse things they have been doing. They left black ants, so that at least the black ants would bite him or scorpions would bite him, but nothing touched him. And they had to carry him. They intentionally marched from Padmanandapuram Palace. There is a palace which is close by where he used to work there as a soldier. So they had to they tied tied him up and they just took him through a polluted area, through drainage area, to make his torture more difficult. See that also, even after all these things, he was beaten. Every day they would fix up a time and they would beat around 80 strips to increase his torture more. And still he would be strong in his faith. And this is how he was tortured with pepper, and they would beat him and expose him to the sun. So here we are at his final picture when Devasagayam was tortured to death, and finally he was shot to death actually on January 14th, 1752, where he died saying his final words that Jesus save me, and he died. After Devasagayam was martyred, this is the well which was used by his family members, and you can see it is written that this water had cured a lot of physical ailments of the people, and people flocking here just to have a sip of this water and get cured. So there is a very beautiful statue of an angel bringing this water, and but it's in a simple way. There's a pipe attached, and you just have to switch this on, and you can see water flowing from there. So anyway, let me take this liberty and with faith that God may help me and help my family members. So I take a sip of it. So there's also a tumbler kept in here. Very refreshing, sweet water. And, really feeling blessed to be here in this place. And just right opposite is the church where people come to worship. And there is church, there is public, some convent next door.